deep as your scars. You pulled me from the pit. You set me on a rock. Hold me by your name and make my heart whole again. Lifted up, and please know it's all for your glory. That I might stand with reasons to sing and to feel. You pulled me from there, set me on your rock, called me by your name, made my heart whole again. So here I stand, high in surrender. I need you now. Hold my heart now and forever. So my desire, the sun was broken. Love my whole heart. See as you hold on me, 'cause you breathe so me now. And that grace owns the ground where the grave is. All my shame remains left for dead in your way. You crashed those angel gates. You left no stone unturned. You stepped out of that grave, shouldered me on the way. We surrender, Lord. You are saying, I surrender. I need you now. Hold my heart now and forever. My soul cries out, 'cause I was broken. You love my whole heart. See as you hold on me, 'cause your grace holds me now. You then forgive. Where my chains are now, death has no hold on me. Your grace holds me now. 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 Hold my heart now and forever. My soul cries out. Here I stand, I surrender. I need you now. Hold my heart now and forever. My soul cries out. 'Cause once I was broken, but you love my whole heart. Sin has no hold on me. It's a grace of me now. You've been forgiven. You know where my chains are now. Death has no hold
Hi, good evening, singles. Welcome to Thankful Thursdays. I'm glad that you are here celebrating or spending your Thankful Thursday with us. So I'm happy that you're here and grabe, yun palang being able to say that to you guys na we are here. Ang laking blessing na yun. Kasi ang tagal na natin naka-quarantine. A lot has happened and as I was reflecting sa mga nangyari nitong nakaraang buwan, hindi ko maiwasan na balikan yung own experience namin when we had COVID. So, nakita ko ulit yung journal namin, or journal ko at that time. Kasi kapag nagkaroon ka noon, you wanted to parang track kung ano yung nangyayari sa'yo everyday para nasasabi mo rin dun sa Lord. When I was browsing yung mga entry ko, meron isang araw doon na I said, "Thank you Lord, naamoy ko na yung prutas." Thank you Lord, naamoy ko na yung prutas. Para sa akin, sabi ko, kung ngayon ko to nabasa or nagawa, kung naamoy ko yung prutas or kahit ano, ngayon, will I have that kind of disposition and gratitude sa ganun kaliit na bagay? And I was humbled by that experience. Kasi nung time na yun, I remember thinking na sobrang daming hindi ko magawa. Nawalan ako ng panlasa, nawalan ako ng pang-amoy. Pero, ang ni-reveal ni Lord noon, kahit na nawala yung mga bagay na yun, may mga hindi naman nangyari. There are a lot of things that could have happened but didn't. Hindi nag-escalate yung sitwasyon namin, yung condition namin, hindi nahawa yung iba ko pang family members kasi galing kami sa family when we had the symptoms. Ang dami. And I think tonight, that will be our invitation. That's my invitation for all of us to just come back to that time na grabe yung biyaya ni Lord, grabe yung pag-adya ni Lord sa atin sa masama, grabe yung support ni Lord, yung backup ni Lord. And if you have experienced that in your life, na tinawid talaga ako ni Lord, I encourage you guys to put that in the comment section. Have that bold declaration na grabe, tinawid ako ni Lord. And tinawid tayo ni Lord. Tinatawid pa rin tayo ni Lord ngayon. And know that whatever it is that we will face in our lives, believe na itatawid pa rin tayo ng Panginoon. And that is my invitation to you guys tonight as we come to worship the Lord. May we have that disposition of gratitude for all the things that He has done in our lives, all the things that He is doing in our lives, kahit yung mga hindi natin nakikita. Because the truth is, the Lord will always sustain us. The Lord will always sustain you. Let's come to worship. Let us sing to the Lord. Let this be our song of confidence and trust in Him. When the darkness tries to hide my way, Your word is the light that guides my faith. I will trust in You. I will trust in You. When my heart is weak and I've lost my way, I will lift up my eyes choose to say I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I can do all things through Christ. I can move a mountain if you are the strength of my life. I can do all things through Christ. If you are the strength of my life. Come on, let's sing. In your presence I find strength renewed. I find courage to stand in the hope that is new. I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I can do all things through Christ. I can move a mountain if you are the strength of my life. I can do all things through Christ. If you are the strength, I can do all things through Christ. I can move a mountain if you are the strength of my life. I can do all things through Christ. If you are the strength of my life. Oh God, you are the strength of our life. You are our confidence, Lord. Just wanted to thank you for all the things that you've done, Lord, for giving us the strength to endure. Help us to endure and to look to you, whatever comes our way, Lord. Come on, let's sing this to the Lord with bold faith. Whenever trials come my way, I will worship you always, forever trusting your unfailing love. Whenever there is doubt or shame, I still hear your voice within, forever trusting your unfailing love. I can do all things through Christ. I can move a mountain if you are the strength of my life. I can do all things through Christ. If you are the strength, I can do all things through Christ. I can move a mountain if you are the strength of my life. I can do all things through Christ. If you are the strength, I can do all things through Christ. I can move a mountain if you are the strength of my life. I can do all things through Christ. If you are the strength of my life. Oh Lord, you are the strength of our lives. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for who you are, Lord. receive your grace, receive your blessings, oh God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Hi guys! Good evening and welcome to the place where dreams come true, Pag-Ibig Singles! Good evening everyone! Yeah, I am Carla Custodio and I will be your host for the month of July. So magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat! It's been a week nung huli tayong nagkita, sabi nga dun sa worship ni Bebe Karina, naitawid tayo ni Lord. Amen? So, dahil dyan, good job niyo naman si Karina for that heartfelt worship. So, good job, baby Karina. Yeah. Go! Ano niyo siya, affirm niyo siya because of that worship. So, Bebe, I miss you. Yeah, good job. I'm so proud of you. Yan. Okay, so, again, welcome to our series this month of July entitled Made Whole. So this month is pinag-uusapan natin is about health and wellness. So last week, yung ating mga leaders in the ministry shared practical tips about work-life balance. So tonight, we'll talk about exercise naman with a very special guest. Yung exercise yung favorite topic ko rin yan. Kung, di ba, pinag-usapan natin about diet, ito naman exercise. So sana marami tayong ma-absorb tonight. Di ba? Excited na ba kayo? Excited din ako. Ayan. So shoutout na tayo sa ating mga viewers tonight. Hello guys! Good evening. Please, if you're a first-timer po, please type in kung first time niyo po so we can greet you. Very special greeting. Yeah, good evening everyone! And, ayun nga pala, dahil naka-live tayo sa FB, meron din tayong YouTube channel. So yan, subscribe na kayo dyan mga guys. Yan. So please, follow these social media accounts of Pag-Ibig Singles. So please supportahan natin ang ating singles community. So we have Instagram, we have Facebook, and we have YouTube. Diba? So nakikita nyo may mga viewers tayo from YouTube. Hello po! Yan, Ate Cathy is watching from YouTube. Yan. Hello! Hi, Jana! Diba? Tinawid tayo ni Lord. Hello, good evening, Ate Mitch. I miss you. So yun, please, I encourage you to subscribe also to the YouTube channel. Ayan. And please use the hashtag. And please share the link tonight to your friends, to your news feed. Yan, kung saan grupo, share natin to para mas marami pa tayong ma-bless. Ayan. Dahil dyan, so na-intro ko na yung ating social media accounts. So let's go now, diretso tayo sa mga announcements natin. So ulitin ko lang ulit. So live tayo sa FB. And streaming din tayo ngayon sa YouTube. So please subscribe guys sa ating YouTube channel. So yan. Next announcement tayo. So yun na, please share the link and please use the hashtag Pag-Ibig Singles Made Whole. Okay, let's support each other. Next announcement. So we'd like to hear from you guys that you have answered prayers, and kung meron din kayong gustong ipagdasal namin, so please go to that link, tinyurl.com/singleslo. So kung meron po kayong mga Thanksgiving prayers and prayer requests, so meron pong group na nagpe-pray over po dyan sa inyong mga prayers. And pag meron kayong mga answered prayers, i-share nyo rin po dun sa ating Facebook or Instagram or sa social media accounts ng Pag-Ibig Singles. Okay. Next, CG. CG lineup. Ano ba yun? CG lineup. Yun, punta po kayo sa ating Facebook page. Meron po dong link kung saan kayo pwedeng mag-register sa caring group. So, explain ko lang konti yung caring group. So, sa care group na yon, online to. It will be online-based. So, pipili kayo ng oras and araw kung saan kayo convenient na makapag online sharing. So, may mga magpa-facilitate dyan. And para hindi na rin kayo mag-worry kung lalabas pa. So, ginawa natin tong move na to because of this pandemic. So, para lahat tayo safe and para lahat naman tayo, meron tayong venue to share our thoughts and our prayers sa ating mga nararamdaman sa araw-araw na buhay. So, this is a small family that you can share your blessings and yung mga prayers ninyo na gustong ipagdasal. Okay? Sabi ni Calvin, road to gold play button, why not? So, padamihin natin subscribers sa YouTube. Okay, next announcement. So, magkakaroon tayo ng fitness activity on July 24. Yan. Alam ko meron tayong poster. This July 24, ang title ng ating fitness activity is Breathe Nirvana. Okay. So, ipopost din po yung ating link for you guys to join. Okay. So, this is a Breathe Right workshop and 45-minute Nirvana fitness class. So, instructor natin is si Miss Roxy Araneta. So, this will be on July 24, Saturday, so 3 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. It's a private Zoom event. So, meron din tong link so you can register. Meron pong 100 per head. So, pay 3 plus 1 person free. So, pag nag-register po kayo, meron naman po dong, may tick button naman po dun if you will pay for 3 plus 1 or you will pay for yourself also. So, very important. So, you have to have a yoga mat or towel is needed. So, speakers and earphones are highly recommended. Prepare a visual focal point. Example, candle, plant pot, or the oil diffuser, light, etc. And please mind the time and enter the meeting room before 3 p.m. to be able to hear the short workshop about the benefits of PLB. So your Nirvana class experience will be then more enjoyable and relevant. So, yon, if you want to join, please register at tinyurl.com/breathe Nirvana to reserve your slots. So please invite your friends and your family to this Nirvana workshop. Okay. Okay, that's it for our announcements. So hello po ulit. Good evening to everyone. O diba, Karina, nasa YouTube na tayo. Yan, please join Nirvana Fitness. I think it's a yoga class, no? Hindi ako familiar, pero nag-yoga ako. Nagsa-start na ako mag-yoga. Hi, babe! Anak, hello! Very good, nag-watch ka sa YouTube, Galing. Hi, Kuya Christian! Hello! Kamusta kayo dyan? Sa Canada, hello! Good evening! O game, magkamustahan? Ayan, ayun pala, Soulful Sunday pala. Yan, every Sunday, so 8 p.m. So this is our version of our rosary. So before, this was a Faithful Friday. So minove natin siya ng Sunday. So please join us in praying the rosary. every Sunday, 8 p.m. It will be streamed at our Facebook page. Okay. Kuya Christian, miss na kita. Si Kuya Christian pala, nanonood sila from Canada. O, di ba? International din tayo. Kung may YouTube channel tayo, international din tayo. Yan. O game, chikahan na tayo. What's our kamustahan question for tonight? Medyo mainit, guys. Pasensya na. Okay. Our kamustahan question is, what has been your favorite quarantine activity? Yon. Pwede po kayong sumagot sa ating Facebook and YouTube, okay? Yan. What has been your favorite quarantine activity? Ate Gia! Ano ba yan? Parang meron kaming reunion ng Yes Lord. Yes Lord. Hello, Ate Gia. Miss you. How are you? Kuya Christian. Oh, game. Ano yung favorite quarantine activity nyo? Sige. Ako sasagot. Favorite quarantine activity? Siguro spending time with family. Tapos, kasi during the pandemic, mas na-build namin yung prayer time. Yun, as a family. So, isa yun sa mga naging favorite quarantine activity ko. Yan. Yan, tignan na natin yung mga sagot ng ating mga kasama tonight. Ate Kathy, watching vlogs of Rhea Canlas. Ay, oo, meron ding vlog si Ate Rhea. Subscribe din kayo dun. Why not? Ayan. Nahihilig din tayo yan sa panonood ng mga vloggers. So, naano din yan. Hi, Wanchay! Miss you too! Yan, bullet journaling and playing the kalimba. Yung kalimba ba yung maliit na yon musical instrument? Yan. Thank you! Kuya Chris, kumain. Uy, pero tayo, kuya. May time din na ganun na parang naging favorite ko rin siyang gawin. Ayan. Christian, cooking. Oh, why not? Oo nga, kasi mas na ano tayo ngayon sa kusina dahil hindi tayo pwedeng lumabas, di ba? So, yan. And, Ate Cathy talaga, very supportive. And the vlogs of the Bearded Trader PH, of course. Siyempre, kung gusto niyo pong matutunan ang pagtitrading, yan, at marami pang iba tungkol sa trading, punta kayo doon sa The Bearded Trader PH. So, subscribe din kayo doon. Si Kuya JL, ginugupitan ko si Papa. Ay, parang marami rin tayong na-build na talent dyan during quarantine. So, maraming naging barbero sa atin. Ganun. Playing toys. Very good, anak. Oo, ang dami mga nilarong toys. Yan. Si John, Netflix. Ay, isa pa yan. O, parang nitong quarantine, naubos na natin yung lahat ng palabas sa Netflix. Ano? Ate Mitch, ordering food from Grab. So, suki ka na ni Grab, Ate Mitch. Ang kulit. Next, Calvin. How do it? Jimmying? Okay. Jimmying, may ganun ba? Pero why not? Medyo umano ka na din eh. Naging fit ka na rin, Calvin. I'm so proud of you. Ate Gia, indoor gardening. Oo nga. Ang dami mo ng halaman sa inyong bahay. Oo, marami na rin naging plantito at plantita nitong pandemic. Si Kiko, playing Call of Duty with Jasper, Ren, BJ, Josh, Bea, Maestro, Kenneth, and Jones. Ang dami nyo ha. Meron kayong may group kayo. Sana yung mga nabanggit ko nanonood din tonight. Dahil tinawag mo sila. Ayan. Karina, ordering fruit din pero from Food Panda. Okay. Nice one. May Grab tayo at may Food Panda. Ay, Ate Gia, ay ba't di lumalabas answer ko? Answer, what's your answer, te? Indoor gardening! O yun. Naging plantita ka na rin, ate. Kuya JL, oo nga, nag-try ako magtanim ng mga seeds sa mga bulaklak kaso wala, hindi success. Alam ko kasi may green thumb ba yung tawag doon kapag meron kang gift of planting? Gift of planting. Oh, why not? Ayan. JM medyo consistent ka. Playing my phone. Games and COD. Invite niyo yung si JM mag-COD. Kuya Chris, mag-OT sa work. Sana napanood mo yung last week about work-life balance. Pero pwede ka rin mag-team repeat. So, lahat ng ating mga nakaraang yung mga videos na hindi nyo napanood, pwede nyo pong mapanood yan sa ating YouTube channel. Galing ko Ayan, Kiko, ini-invite ka na ni... JM, ini-invite ka na ni Kuya Kiko. Play daw kayo. Si Jana, mag-experiment ng iba't ibang color ng hair. Ibang color ng hair. Sana ako din. Yan, di pa ako nagpapakulay ulit. Bumaba na ang aking color. Ayan. Katawa naman kayo. Ayan, sige. Teka, introduce ko na sa inyo yung ating speaker for tonight. I'm so excited for this kasi parang ngayon ko na lang siya ulit makakasama on this platform. So, introduce ko na. Wait lang. Mahaba to eh. Ayan, sige, game! Our guest speaker for tonight grew up in the Pag-Ibig sa Diyos Catholic community with her parents, beginning their service with the Don Bosco Prayer Group. So her years with the PDCC youth were fundamental to her core values and principles, where she spent years in service alongside a group of genuinely selfless and inspiring members of the youth and singles. So today, she is a marketing manager in Johnson & Johnson and an indoor cycling instructor in Electric Studio. So she has been leading indoor cycling classes for the past 5 years and can't wait to share the realizations and insights from her journey so far. So from SE Batch 11 and to talk to us how to reset your relationship with working out, brothers and sisters, let's all welcome our sister and friend, Jam Munasque.
Thank you, Ate Carl! Hi, guys! Grabe, ang dami na pala nangyari. Si Kuya Christian pala nasa Canada na. Nagulat ako. Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm really happy to be here and to talk with you. Binabasa ko yung mga comments kanina sa favorite quarantine activity nila. Isa lang yung workout. Si Calvin lang ata.
Have you seen him na ba? Grabe, sobrang fit na niya.
Oh, hi VJ, Ate Kathy, Jana, Ate Gee, hello!
Diba? May parang reunion ng Yes, Lord.
Oo nga, napapa-throwback ako dito.
Diba?
Ang saya. I'm so excited.
Ay, konting tanong. So, ano yung naging favorite quarantine activity mo?
Actually, yung pinaka na-enjoy ko since lockdown started was getting to eat lunch and dinner with my parents again. Parang hindi yun nangyari since grade school. Medyo na-show. Oh, kasi syempre when you're in school and then you go to work, diba? Parang it's already a different environment. So ito yung first time in a long time na kasama ko sila kumain all the time. And yun lang, na-enjoy ko talaga siya. Kasi kahit minsan 10 minutes lang, minsan isang oras, minsan lahat may gagawin at 1 o'clock, so nagmamadali. But just that togetherness of being with my parents. Only child ako, by the way. So baka isipin yung may in-ignore ako mga kapatid. kaya yun yung super fulfilling for me and something I really enjoy during quarantine. Hi, Kuya Christian! Hi, JM! Hello!
Ayan, sige, you may start na sharing your expertise.
Thank you.
Sabi
ni thank you. Sabi ni Ate Kathy, only child, pero ako ate niyan. Oh, by the way, I'm
correct.
Ate Kathy's self-declared younger sister. So, bago ako magsimula, kasi nabitan ako, parang si Calvin lang yung nagsabi na he enjoyed gymming during quarantine. So, as I introduce myself, baka pwede namang ilagay na sa comment. So what is one workout or what is one physical activity you enjoyed doing during quarantine? So like kunyari
Sige,
ako,
sasagot ako dyan.
na-discover ko na ang saya pala maglakad sa village. Dami mong na-discover, dami mong nakikilalang mga bagong tao. Hi, Ate Mitch! So, yun, parang just put it in the comment section para mabalikan ko later. But in the meantime, I'm gonna introduce myself. So, ako po si Jam. I'm so happy to be here. And as Ate Carla mentioned, I was part of SE11. Mga matagal-tagal na yon. Matagal-tagal na siya. And I was with the youth for a very long time with Ate Kathy, Ate Carl, Kuya JL. So grew up with them. And I'm so happy to be back. So the reason why I'm here is because I wanted to share with you my journey and what I realized. Kasi hindi naman ako professional athlete, diba? So nung high school, I was in the swimming varsity for UAAP. Pero nung college, sabi ko mag-enjoy muna ako. So, tinigil ko na yun. And then it was only after college that I started working out again. So I started doing yoga, Bikram yoga. And then after a while, I started doing indoor cycling. So I started as a rider. At first, nag-ride ako mag-isa. 6:30 a.m. kasi yung office ko noon nasa Paco. And Unilever kasi ako dati. So for me to work out an electric studio and to ride, I needed to ride the 6:30 a.m. classes just to be able to make it to work at 9. Kasi even if I wanted to, I really couldn't catch the last class of the day, which was 8:30 p.m. Kahit 6 p.m. ako umalis ng Paco, hindi ko talaga abutan yung time slot na yon. So I would ride by myself, and then eventually I auditioned to become an instructor. And yun, so that was around 2015, 2016, and I've been teaching for 5 years. And I am so excited to share with you my journey, my realizations. Hopefully it inspires you because like you, I went through a lot of physical and mental and emotional changes during quarantine. So, sige, next slide natin, Kuya JL. I will prove it to you. So, eto kasi mga pictures ko to ng electric. But as you can see, so during the start of the lockdown, right, medyo naengganyo ako mag-exercise. So, that's when I lost around 5 pounds from the start of the lockdown, which was March. By February, which was just, I think, a few months ago, I had gained those 5 pounds back and more. So medyo nakakahiya to, but I'm gonna show it anyway, just to prove a point. I gained 20 pounds coming from April 2020. And alam mo na, parang we're all just at home. We all enjoy eating and ordering from wherever. And tinabad na rin ako mag-workout, even though I was an instructor, by the way. And but come July, so as of this month, I had lost 15 of that 20. You could say I'm back to square one, pero honestly, it's been a journey for me, and this is why I can say that I understand you. You know, if you're in the process of trying to maybe lose weight, of trying to get back into working out, or if you feel like you're losing your grip and you're starting to gain a few pounds, I understand you because I have been there through it all, losing weight, gaining weight, and then losing it again. So as I go through my sharing, please feel free to just leave comments or questions in the chat box. And we're going to talk about it later because I would love to talk to you and really answer any questions you might have. And because working out is something that ideally should be enjoyable. And I'm going to explain why. So sige, Kuya JL, kung mag-next slide tayo, please. So there are 4 things, 4 principles that I try to live by when it comes to working out. And we're going to go through them one by one. The first is a C, accept, believe, and try. And a lot of these things are really things that I learned over the years, and I'm hoping to share that with you. So the first one is C. If we go to the next slide, the first thing that I realized when I started getting back into my workout journey is you need to have a vision for yourself. You need to have some sort of inspiration, or kung tinatawag nga nating peg, as to what you want to look like, or what you want your life to look like, what you want your body to look like. If we go to the next slide, Kuya. So I had a peg. She was a writer. She's based in Thailand. Her name is Christina. Tapos ganyan yung peg ko. Parang I wanted something na parang payat, pero hindi naman sobrang muscular. Yung sakto lang. Tapos may konting abs, ganyan. And she was really an inspiration for me. And was something I was working towards. So whenever I would see her post on Instagram, matutuwa ako, parang, shocks, grabe, gusto ko maging ganyan. And I just want to start this whole topic by saying, by the way, it's not a bad thing, ha, to look at a body or to look at somebody and say na gusto ko ng ganyang katawan, and I want that for myself also, because these are people, these are athletes who have, you know, maximized their God-given talents, and it shows in how they look. If there's one thing I learned about your physicality, may genetics, oo, but you cannot cheat your way into a good body. There is work you have to do day in and day out. And when you're not working out, you have to be monitoring your food, your sleep, your lifestyle. And alam mo yun, parang may mga aspects of life na pwedeng dayain natin ng konti, but working out is not one of them, and it will show. So how your body looks like is really a reflection of how you treat it, diba? And it shows. So there's nothing wrong with looking at somebody and saying, gusto ko rin ng ganyan. You know, you have to allow yourself to dream. You have to allow yourself to sort of want something enough for you to work towards it. And the second thing I want to share is, Kuya, if you can go to the next slide, is believe. Yeah, so the next part is all about believing that you're capable of doing it. And one thing that really helps you believe in the possibilities of you achieving what you want for yourself, what you want for your life, and what you want for your body is really to not overthink. And what do I mean by this? Diba, parang so may peg ka in your head, tapos sabihin mo, okay, today na talaga, mag-start ako maging seryoso sa workout ko today. I'm sure you've said that so many times to yourself, because I have said it so many times to myself also. Sabihin ko, today, like, eto na talaga, eto yung day one ko. Tapos after a few hours, hindi pa ako nag-workout, marami na ako nakain, pero wala pa rin nangyayari. Yeah? And then I think, wag na lang today kasi kulang ako sa tulog, or wag na lang kasi marami pa akong gagawin, hindi ko pa maasikaso si ganito, ganyan, etc. So, the very funny thing about working out or putting in some sort of effort for yourself is the moment that you overthink it, it leads to a lot of excuses. Because at the end of the day, if you really want something, and this doesn't just apply to working out, ha? If you really want something, you're gonna find any possible way to get it, right? No person will stop you. No situation will stop you. No circumstance will stop you. If you really want something to happen for yourself, if you want something to happen in your life, gagawa ka ng paraan. And I think that was highlighted all the more during this pandemic. So it's the same thing. The moment you want to commit to working out, that's it. You don't need to overthink it. Kung 2 hours lang tulog mo, okay lang, mag 10 minutes ka. You don't have to go all out. You don't have to do 1 hour. It's really just about being realistic na parang kung marami kang gagawin, kung wala kang 1 hour to work out, maybe you have 10-15 minutes and you can do that. And you just get it done, and that's your work for the day. So the other thing I want to share is that there is a very fine line between your excuses and your reasons. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. Parang the moment you start giving yourself a thought, a negative thought, ask yourself, is this really an excuse or a reason? And hopefully that will guide you, because ideally, the way you approach this is you're gonna find any possible way to make it happen. It doesn't matter how much time you have. It doesn't matter what your circumstance is. Kung hindi mo kaya mag full hit workout, maybe a yoga workout for the day will do. And there are days that I've done that. For example, today, my only workout was walking around the village. That's it. That's it for today. That's all I had time for. But I still got something done, right? So, yun. The second thing I want to share, so Kuya, if we can go to the next slide, um, is really, do you realize how blessed we are to actually have the option of making time for ourselves? And what do I mean by this? It's really, some people don't have a choice. Some people don't have the liberty or the privilege of thinking, should I work out today or not? 'Di ba? Kasi yung ibang mga tao, they have other things to take care of. They have other responsibilities. They do not have the luxury of time. So if you have that luxury of having an hour to yourself and thinking, should I work out or not? Actually, that moment in itself is already such a blessing. A lot of people don't have that choice. So my only point here is go ahead and maximize it if you do have that choice. Diba? Make it a service to yourself and do that something for yourself. Because not everyone has that. And it really is a privilege. Being able to make time for yourself. It could be working out. It could be working on a hobby. It could be cooking for yourself or your family. But time is a luxury that not a lot of people have. So that's my next point. And my last is if you go to the next slide, Kuya. So in the whole spirit of believing that you are capable of doing it, that's one of my favorite quotes. It goes, "Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." And I was puzzling about this quote for a very long time. And this is part of a poem, actually. And the way the poem goes is, sometimes we question, what right do I have to be amazing, to be a light to others? What right do I have to shine? Parang hanggang dito lang kasi ako eh. Yun yung point niya. Bakit ako mag-iisip na kaya ko pa maging magaling kung hanggang dito lang yung kaya ko? And that's actually not a limitation, but just a fear that we put on ourselves and in our heads that prevents us from going beyond and actually achieving something for ourselves. Yeah? So what I mean by this is you have to allow yourself the possibility of dreaming big, of knowing that you don't have to stay where you are. You are not stuck if you gained a little weight today, or if you backtrack from your goals a little bit, if you were on track maybe a few years ago, today you're not. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to just be in this moment. You can actually go beyond and do better and do something for yourself. So don't be afraid of your light. Don't be afraid of what you can possibly achieve. Don't be afraid of going out there and getting one workout in and just having that time and having that accomplishment for yourself. So that's the second part of what I want to talk about. The third part, if you go to the next slide, Kuya, is acceptance. So have a vision for yourself. Believe that you're capable of doing it. The third is accept where you are now and that it's going to take a while. What do I mean by this? In electric, marami kaming riders, first-time riders, and a lot of them don't come back. And that's expected. That's normal. It's indoor cycling. So most of them will say something like, "Oh, indoor cycling is not for me. Cardio is not for me. Mas weights or mas yoga." And that's fine. To each his own, right? But then we will have some riders who will say something like, "Hirap eh. First class pa lang, di ko na kaya, di ko matapos, sumakit yung legs ko ng sobra, parang hindi ko to kaya." And that statement is always, I always find that funny because it's really supposed to be difficult in your first ride. If you're just getting back into something, you're gonna have a sense of accomplishment after maybe, pero hindi siya magiging madali ha. Parang there's a misconception that I've experienced this over and over again, and I want to share it with you. the moment you decide to do something like working out for the first time, maybe in a long time, or just getting back into it, or trying a different workout even. For example, I ride indoor cycling. Um, 2 months ago, I started doing rhythm boxing. So shadow boxing and also boxing with a steady bag at home. The next day, sumakit talaga yung buong upper body ko. But I know that that pain is supposed to be there. The tiredness and the shock of doing something new, it's really supposed to be there. When you're working out, you're supposed to sweat. You're not supposed to have an easy time. If you're having an extremely easy time, maybe you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Because the whole concept of working out is really trying to figure out how far can you take your body with the state it is in right now. And that's why it's so beautiful, because it's a constant process. You will never be 100% at your goal. Diba? Parang today, with my body and with my capabilities now, I can do this. But 6 months from now, I will be a stronger person, and I'm going to have a new goal. I'm going to have something new to do for myself. And that's the constant journey. It never ends. So don't feel bothered if, 3 days tapos parang walang nangyayari. Wala talagang mangyayari masyado in 3 days. 'Di ba? Parang if you have a peg, if you have a peg body or a vision of what you want your body to look like, it's not gonna happen in 1 week. It might not happen in 1 month, depending on your goals. It might not even happen in 6 months. These things are things that take time, a lot of consistent effort. And the sooner that you accept that it's not gonna happen overnight, then the magic will happen. It's not about the end goal. And this is something Kobe Bryant talks about all the time. And it's one of my favorite quotes from Kobe Bryant. He says something like, the journey, that's it. It's the everyday effort, the effort when you wanna work out, but you're too tired, when it's too late and you still do it, you still keep on going. That's it. That's actually the journey, and that's the more important thing versus the goal that you initially had in mind, because that can change. So accept the fact that it will not be easy, and accept the fact that it will take a while, and enjoy the journey. There is really so much to be had in finding a workout that you enjoy and finding a time slot that you resonate with. Diba? Parang these are many different things you can experiment on, and it's all part of the process. It's all part of figuring out what works for you. So I also wanted to share that there were times when, because I'm an instructor, and it's sort of my role to lead a class and to show them, because an electric, unlike in other studios, whenever we do an indoor cycling ride, we never go down from the bike, or we barely get down from the bike. And the point is, we want to walk the talk, right? If we're gonna make somebody sprint on a bike, we want to show them that it's possible. You can do it because I'm doing it. So if I'm doing it, you can do it, and you need to join me in this journey. And there are moments that, of course, I'm not always at my best. There are moments where maybe it was a bad day. Maybe I didn't have enough sleep, even though I knew I was going to have a class. Those things happen. And for instance, yesterday, I have a new dog, and my new dog bit me. I had to go to the hospital and get shots, rabies shots, right? And I think it's because the hospital only had a certain amount or limited stock available. Anyway, the point is I needed 7 shots, rabies, tetanus shots, etc. 4 on my legs, 3 on my arms, and I had a class that night. So I asked the doctor, "Doc, can I still work out tonight?" Tapos sabi niya, "Oh, kung kaya mo." Then I said, "Kaya ko to. Kaya ko to." And it's really that moment that changes everything. Because honestly, I could have given up the class. I could have asked for a substitute. I could have said, I had 7 shots in my body today. I could just, probably rest and wait it out. I'm not saying that you should do this, especially for COVID shots, by the way. Please rest. I'm not saying that you should work out after taking shots, but my doctor cleared me. She said it was okay. And I felt it out when I got home, and I felt like I could do it, So I did the class, and I taught the class that night, and it was a lot of fun. So um, the point here is there will be a time when your mindset will completely change to work and to push your entire being into achieving what you want. It is at that point when you really want something for yourself. And this is something, no matter what I say, if you don't will it enough, it's not going to happen to you. But the moment you really want something for yourself and you want to get something done, everything will work in your favor to make it happen. You are going to see every single moment as an opportunity. Diba? And even those hindrances, even those roadblocks will become roadblocks. Those roadblocks will become pockets of opportunity for you. For example, if you were not able to work out in the morning, biglang nag-end yung meeting mo ng maaga, and your work from home, so you have an extra 30 minutes. Okay, so you get your app, you do a 20-minute workout, and you get it done. But again, it really depends on how much you want it and how much you want your body and your life to change. And my last point, so if we go to the next slide, it's really to just keep on trying with a consistent everyday effort. Yes, the next like there. And every single day. Yeah. So have a vision for yourself, believe you're capable of doing it, accept that it is gonna take time. And once you have accepted that, just try something every single day. I'm gonna share one of my favorite quotes from the world of sports. And it's by this British runner called Eric Liddell. And he said, God made me fast, and when I run, I feel his pleasure. And this quote was a little bit revolutionary for me because, I had always thought that loving God was also about acts of service to other people, prayer time for sure, going to mass, going to worship. These were things that I equated to loving God and making God happy. The reason why this quote was so revolutionary for me is because it made me realize that your service to the Lord, to the giver of your gifts, is not just limited to what you do for other people, but rather it's also dependent on how you use the talents and the gifts that He has given you. And, He gave you a fully functional body, a body that wakes up for you every day, that does everything you needed to do during the day. And the call to action here is, how are you going to maximize and take care of this body? Because it's a gift, and that's on a personal level. I feel joy whenever I finish a class and I know I gave it my best shot. There are times when I have ended a class and I would cry after. Hindi halata kasi pinapawisan din ako. So parang halo na yung pawis tsaka iyak. And I would just cry after because of relief. I did it. Like I gave it my best shot today, and it is such a wonderful feeling. And so that those are the moments where I sort of also feel God's love for me. It's sort of like He's telling me, you are using this gift well. You are maximizing this gift that I have given you. You have a fully functioning body. It is able to do so many things for you. I just wonder, have you ever thought of what is the maximum or what is the peak that I can take this body to? Diba? Parang am I making sense? Parang with everything that He has given me. And by the way, your body is the most expensive thing you own. How are you going to make this body and working on this body an act of service to God? If He gave you this gift, how are you going to maximize it? How are you going to take care of it? And it's going to reflect in how you look and how you eat and how you live your life. And so my ask is really, please have a think and really find the time to sort of reflect on how you are using this most expensive thing that He has given you. Using your body well is using God's gift well, basically. The reason why I exercise every day is because you're working all these muscles, and the moment you stop doing so, it's gonna atrophy. It's gonna regress. It's a constant effort to sort of sharpen it and make it better every single day, every moment that you're given. And what working out does for you, apart from saving you a lot of money in the long run for hospital bills and whatnot, a fully functional healthy body will give you more time, will give you more productivity, it will give you a higher quality of life, and these things are priceless. It is not just about wanting something that looks good and looking good also. It's not just that. But actually, there are several studies that show healthier people are more productive at work. Healthier people, even now, are less susceptible to COVID, right? And and there are a lot of people I have debated this with, kasi may mga pilosopo dyan eh, and then they're gonna say something like, oh, but you can get sick anyway randomly at any time, right? Parang cancer can hit you anytime. Certain diseases can hit you anytime. An accident can happen anytime. So why do I need to exert so much effort if uh, if other circumstances anyway can happen? And to that I say, well, you just have to make good use of what's given to you with the best of your ability, because everything else is out of your control, right? So if an accident happens, that's not in your control. If a disease, knock on wood, happens, that's not in your control. But what you have right now is the control to really determine what goes in your body, what you do with it, how you maximize it, and what you're gonna find. And that's why this is not purely about working out. It's really how you live your life, because the way you approach taking care of your body is really the way you approach your life as a whole. And you're gonna find patterns. You're gonna find patterns. Am I giving myself excuses every time for the things I want to put off? Am I giving myself reasons or excuses? Am I really doing my best in every aspect of my life? Am I preparing for things in an appropriate manner? Parang it translates into everything. And I see that the way certain people ride an electric, the way certain people ride the bike, is also the way they actually live their life. You're gonna see all these people who are super on the ball, determined. We got this. They're gonna be into it 100%. These are actually more often than not the overachievers in their own industry, in their own lives. So I hope these things make you realize something. I hope that it made you think somehow. My biggest takeout, honestly, if you forget everything else I've said, it's really this slide that I hope you remember, because your body is a gift. Your body is special. There are so many people out there who are not as lucky to have a fully functional body. Some are born without a fully functional body and they're out there living, but you have something that is working. You have something that is performing for you every day. And my challenge to you is, how are you going to maximize it? How are you going to take care of it? And that's really a responsibility that you have. It's a responsibility to yourself. It's a responsibility to your life. And it's also your responsibility to God. And I hope you also now think of taking care of your body as an act of service also to the Lord, because it is He who gave this to us. So yeah, that's it for the things I wanted to share. And thank you. I see your messages on the parts you like, but because of that, since we're all talking about fitness here, I also just wanted to be a little bit more practical and give you guys a few tips on how to get started, if you want to. So these are things that you might not be familiar with, but if you are, that's great. These are apps, workouts that are free. Rebel is local. It was started by a group of celebrities, and you can just download it. My favorite is Nike Training Club. It's completely free, And you can even classify the workouts based on the amount of time you have. So of course, there are things like yoga, upper body, lower body, HIIT, weights, whatever. But the great thing is, if you have 10 minutes, you can look for 10-minute workouts. If you want a 45-minute workout, you can do so as well. And by the way, it would be great to have someone accountable on the journey with you. It's really up to you. You need to determine your style. Ako, I find that I work out better if I'm working out with other people. That's why I do indoor cycling. May mga tao kasi they like doing it in their own time. But, if you're the kind of person that thrives on that shared accountability, then really find those people who are going to take that journey with you. And what me and two friends did, we followed a workout program for 2 months. And we said to ourselves, 6 p.m. every day, no excuses, we're going to do this 30-minute workout. And we made it happen. We would just go online on Facebook Messenger. We would do a video call, and that video would be on mute. That video call would be on mute. So we see each other working out, and then the workout would be playing on our laptops, right? So that's it. You don't have to be in the same place. Because of the pandemic, you can really literally work out virtually with anybody. And that's what we did. And that's when I lost the 5 pounds that I shared earlier. It was really because of those two friends. So you need to find like-minded people to be on this journey with you. You need to seek them out. If you're looking to do something more for yourself, you need to find those groups as well. And because these are the people who are going to push you, who are going to motivate you. If you want to take up outdoor cycling, or if you want to start diving, there are so many communities that you can just join. And maybe that's something that would interest you. These are other two apps. One is Freeletics. It's largely HIIT workouts. And then you have Sweat, which is a paid app. But the workouts here are really good because they're sort of on demand. So you follow the trainers as they go. So in case you're interested in HIIT workouts also, that's something you can try. Another tip that I would inject in the middle of all of this is really experiment with a time slot that works for you. So honestly, name the time slot. I've tried it. I've tried working out at 5 a.m. I've tried working out at 6 a.m. Sabi ko, after breakfast, pag may nakain na ako, so let's try 10 a.m. pag naka-coffee na ako. I've tried noon, lunch break during work, 5 p.m., 9 p.m., name it. I've tried it because you have to constantly search for the thing that works for you, and that's also something I'm doing right now. I'm also in that journey. So don't be afraid to just try many different things out. Your overall goal really should just to get it done every single day. If you only have 15 minutes during lunch, and if kakain mo lang, so you can't do a very heavy workout, but you have weights or you have a yoga mat, then that's your workout. That's it. You just need to, constantly work your body, especially since we're all just home. For those who are still working from home, it's so easy to get tempted to just atrophy, to just regress. But you need to constantly challenge your body, and you need to constantly move for this whole thing to work. And lastly, I think my last slide is electric, is it? Yeah. Syempre, papalag ko siya. So, Electric Studio also has unlimited access to many different workouts, not just indoor cycling. So because of the pandemic, we also expanded to HIIT, strength, which is sort of like HIIT, but with weights, flow, which is like yoga, and boxing. So for boxing, we have shadow boxing, so you don't need a bag. But if you want to get the bag and use that in your house, you can as well. You can rent it or you can buy it, at least for the bikes. So parang all-in-one siya. So in case you guys want to get involved or if you want to try it out, please go ahead and do so. And you're going to find it's so refreshing because normally you would, maybe go to a studio in Molito, in Alabang, or in a studio near the place you work with, whether that's in BGC or Makati. But because of the pandemic, you dial in a Zoom class and you're going to see all these people working out with you and really just trying to get it done with you. And it is so inspiring. And everyone's in different situations. Some are working out in their bedroom. Some are working out in the garden without aircon. Some are working out in the living room. Or habang nagda-dinner yung family sa likod, nag-workout sila, and you can see their kids running in front of the screen. You can see the dogs popping up every now and then. You know, everyone is busy. Everyone has something going on, but you're gonna find the community that gets it done with you no matter what, and hopefully that pushes you as well. So that's it. That's it for what I wanted to share, and I really wanted to allocate some time for questions or anything maybe you guys wanted to ask, or if anything you wanted me to expound on. I am seeing everyone's messages, so thank you, Karina, and thank you, Atagi. Consistent effort, and it's about the journey, 100%. So, thank you. And thank you, Kuya Christian. Thank you! Sa akin ka nagkata, ako dapat mag-thank you sa'yo. And I'm also reading about the favorite workouts you guys like doing. So, si Ate Gi, taking my plants to the balcony one by one for watering. Oy, effort yan ah. And putting them back sa shelves after. That's a lot of effort because I am just transferring my laptop from one room to another. I am already having a I'm already challenged. So to take your plants, water them, then put them back. Naglalakad sa park, pero nag-lockdown ulit. Oh no, I heard, but walking around the park is really such. I just discovered it. I just discovered it during quarantine. I met so many new people. I met my boyfriend walking around the park of Alabang Hills. So yeah, and I met so many new neighbors. I saw so many dogs that I haven't seen before. So it's really drive through. That's still something. Riding your bike around the village, and yeah. So even that form of exercise is already something. That's already getting it done. You know, you walk maybe 3 kilometers around your village in the morning or in the afternoon. That's all you need. That's it. Atagi, thank you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you, Atagi. And thank you, Adi. Hope to start soonest. I hope so too. I will pray for all of you who are listening right now, or hashtag team repeat. And again, if you have any questions, just message me also. It doesn't have to be in this chat. You can reach me, paano ba, on Messenger, Instagram, whatever. Sana Instagram because hindi ako masyado nag-check ng Messenger. But thank you so much, and I am so blessed to be able to talk to you tonight. I am so blessed to be here. Thank you, Ate Kathy, for inviting me. It was great seeing everybody again. And thank you, Ate Carl. Hi!
Hello! I'm back! So, invite ko na yung ating mga nanonood tonight. So, kung meron kayong questions for Jam about exercise, about electric studio, so please do type in your questions.
Kathy,
kung meron ka ng mga tanong about exercising, so yun, actually, yun, iaano ko lang, Jam, kasi yun, I started before na mag-exercise, kasi overweight na tayo, alam mo yun. Kasi di ba very important that you know your BMI, and then
yes,
dun kung you have to maintain a certain weight for you to di ba? Kasi yung may takot ako before na pag nag-exercise ako, ano ba yung tamang exercise for me? Di ba? May ganun akong question talaga. Kasi syempre hindi tayo pwedeng lumabas and to so teleconsult lang.
Yeah.
So doon ako afraid kung ano yung mga dapat kong i-try na exercise. Like, yun nga, isa rin tanong ko kasi syempre sa babae, ano ba yung dapat na exercise ng girls, or dapat bang i-try din yung exercise for the boys? Kasi di ba
Yes. So that was also a big concern for me kasi delikado yung likod ko eh. Parang I have my back gets painful sometimes when I do workouts, lalo na yung mga high intensity na mga may talon-talon. So yung suggestion ko is, because a lot of these apps, like kunyari yung Nike Training Club or even some workouts on YouTube, stick to the workouts na talagang dina-demonstrate ng instructor kung ano yung gagawin. Para at least you're guided on the form. So, and with regard to what kind of workout to start with, it really depends on the goal. And this for both guys and girls. If you're looking to build muscle, then it's about lifting weights. Pero if you want to lose weight, then it's really more of HIIT workouts, high intensity workouts. And it's called high intensity interval training, or HIIT, HIIT. And meron din sa Nike Training Club app. Meron din in YouTube if you just search for HIIT workouts. But ideally, it's really something na ginagawa din ng instructor para kita mo. And one thing I also like doing is I watch myself with a mirror para makita mo yung form mo. Kung tama yung ginagawa mo. Important kasi parang mamaya na-curve na pala yung back mo and you don't know, right? So, and just to add also, because I'm a PCOS survivor, so yeah, I had PCOS. I think I was diagnosed with PCOS 3 years ago, and just last February when I had my checkup, I was cleared of it by my OB-GYN. So PCOS is a condition where your hormones are imbalanced, and usually you're prescribed things like birth control pills to really help maintain your hormonal balance. Pero because of that, you end up gaining weight or you end up having breakouts, etc. So that's also why parang I was really motivated to just keep trying anything. And yun din yung advice ko to anyone who's just looking to start again. Just try many different things. There's no straight line in anyone's fitness journey. Some things will work for one person. Some people stick to yoga and that's it. Some will mix it up, diba? Parang cycling one day, yoga one day, boxing another day, and that's okay. Some people will just wanna play golf or swim. Tas yun na yun. But if you haven't found that yet, I highly encourage you to also keep experimenting and keep trying, and because anything works. Walking around the village is considered a workout. Walking up and down the stairs is a workout. Alam mo yun? Tas parang kung sawa ka na mag-walk up and down the stairs, magdala ka ng 5 libro. Medyo exercise. Ganun talaga yun eh. There's a message here from Ategi. I have knee problems every time I start working out. No matter how light it is, sumasakit talaga. I always feel defeated by this right away. But I will try to overcome this and research what kind of workout is easy on the knees. Yes, Ategi. The workouts that are usually high impact sa knees are workouts like jogging, especially if you're jogging on the pavement, kasi sumasalpak yung buong leg mo sa pavement eh. Cycling is actually low impact on the knees because you're just seated and you're not banging your foot and your leg on something. So cycling might be a solution, but I highly encourage you to please consult a doctor because they would know best. Please don't take my recommendations as the absolute truth. It's still better to consult your doctor because it's still better to get a doctor's clearance on what kind of workout you do. So Ategi, maybe rather than looking for what kind of workout is easy on the knees, maybe best to talk to a doctor first. And then para you don't, waste your energy and your time and might end up disappointed or possibly injuring yourself. And once he or she gives you the recommended workouts, at least mas may liberty ka na to try because at least it's safe for you.
Yes.
And swimming. Yes, cycling and swimming is also low impact on the knees. Ate Kathy's question is how similar is electric studio indoor cycling to Peloton? So because of the pandemic, they are more or less the same. Kasi pre-pandemic, electric studio, may 4 studios kami. One in BGC, Makati, Molito just opened before the lockdown, and Podium. So you go to a physical studio, there are 38 bikes, you ride with a class. So parang siyang session talaga, and then you go home. Peloton, on the other hand, is a bike you purchase for yourself, for the house. So nasa bahay lang yung bike. and then you follow classes through a screen. So pwedeng live classes, like let's say everyone who wants to join this instructor's class, dial in kayo at 11 a.m. and you get to all ride together. Or if you want, may collection din sila of videos that are pre-recorded and you can ride anytime you want. So yun yung Peloton model. But because of the pandemic, Electric Studio actually transitioned to that model also because the studios are closed and we can't really risk everybody going to a physical studio. So ngayon, it's exactly the same thing. There are live classes that happen at certain times of the day. And also there's a collection of pre-recorded videos that you can access anytime. So that if you can't catch the live classes, if you can't make time at 7 a.m., or if your schedule can't fit into yung 12:15 p.m. class ng Electric, at least you can ride in your own time. And Electric has expanded. So parang it's not just indoor cycling. And now you have boxing and HIIT and all these things, and you can access that as well. Ate Guy says that she lives in the same building. BGC? So
Enroll ka na, ate.
sana pala nakita tayo, but too intimidated to try it. It's okay. I will share that I sat down for more than half of the class during my first ride. And we sort of think na nakakahiya kasi lahat sila regular riders, lahat sila expert. But honestly, and just frankly speaking, nobody really minds you because they're so focused on themselves. Kasi sila nag-push din sila. So parang they're really, parang they're so focused on themselves that, to be honest, nobody minds beginners or hindi naman yung parang i-judge ka kung hindi ka nakaka-ride or kung uupo ka. It's not like that at all. It's a very welcoming community. Everyone has a day one in working out. Everyone has had a day one in Electric, and we've all been there na umupo ka, hiningal ka, hindi mo kaya, tumigil ka, or lumabas ng room, may mga lumabas ng room kasi hindi talaga nila kaya. And that's okay. And then you just come back and you do it again, or kung ayaw mo talaga, dun ka sa may likod, may mga bike naman sa may likod, and then you just start there and you work your way up. So I hope you try it because it's really such a great community. Ate Kathy's asking, is there a class for beginners? Yes, there is. But this was pre-pandemic. Parang it was more of a basics class. And I could point that out to you specifically na parang this is all about the foundations, ganun, that's what they talk about. But because of the pandemic, all classes are more or less uniform. Pero honestly, it's okay because then I can recommend specific instructors also because different instructors have different teaching styles. So yung iba more on resistance, yung iba more on speed, right? So even depending on your fitness, actually any class is possible at any fitness level because nobody is expecting you to finish the whole class on your first try. So, but what's important is subukan mo lang, 'di ba? Parang kahit nakaupo ka lang the whole time. I had an office mate, she rode my class. Nakaupo lang siya, never siya tumayo at all. So, sigaw na ako ng sigaw doon pero hindi ko siya ma-convince. But that was okay and masaya siya. Like she was so happy just being there and just being with everybody and that's really the point. Yon.
Pero yung class sa Electric Studio. So sa cycling, gaano katagal yung class?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Pero may naman doon, may kasama ng stretch doon. So
okay. So ano na yun, parang
everything.
And post-stretching.
Yeah, so kasama na rin din yung warm-up, kasama din yung stretch. So, yeah. Actually, most workouts are also like that. So, kahit yung mga nasa Nike Training Club app, it already includes the warm-up and the cool-down when you decide to do a workout.
Okay. So, kung sino po yung mga questions dyan, please type in your questions. So, nandito si Jam to entertain your questions. I think meron tayong question, text in question.
Text in.
Questions. Yes. Ay, ito, teka, nakikita ko to Si Miko. How many sessions are recommended per week?
For electric, I would say if you're starting out, between 1 to 3 times a week. And that's usually the standard for cardio workouts. So
1 to 3.
every something like every other day would be good to build the habit. And then eventually, pwede mo na siyang i-increase to maybe, 4 times a week or 5 times a week. But 1 to 3 times a week is a good place to start.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Yeah. For once a week muna. Tapos the following week, diba, dalawa na. So it's something you build up as
Pasulpot-sulpot
well.
lang.
Oo. Ganun siya.
Mm. Like kasi ako, nag-start ako yoga muna
Yes. Mm-mm.
before ako mag-hit or mag-lit.
Yeah.
Yun. Nag-yoga muna ako kasi na-discover ko like last 2 years ago. Meron akong problem hindi sa heart eh. Yung irregular beating siya. May
Yes, irregular heartbeat. Yep.
Yes. Meron akong pre-syncopal na sa heart. So, ang akala nila dahil overweight na. So, parang yung puso ko. So, talaga ako na to start being active. Yun talaga, being active. So, nag-start ako yoga. Tapos, nung medyo, ko na nararamdaman ko na yung katawan ko na, kasi before, nag-start ako agad mag-hit. Kaso, ayun, tumigil ako kasi muntik na akong mahimatay.
Yeah.
May ganun akong kaya parang, tapos nag-stop ako, pero nag-try ako mag-yoga. So, ayan, tuloy-tuloy na siya. Nakukuha na ng body ko yung rhythm nung mga poses. Plus, after yoga, nag-hit ako.
Ay, wow! So, na-layer mo na yung workouts.
Kasi kung kaya...
Yun yung progression. Ganun talaga siya.
Diba?
Yeah.
Parang gusto
that's
maramdaman din ng body ko na to a certain level na ito kaya ko na siyang iakyat.
Yeah. So, ganun yun. And I think it's good that you tried HIIT and then you tried yoga. Para hindi ka completely nag-give up, diba? But you really looked for that workout that works for you. And then eventually, bumalik ka na naman sa HIIT. Dinagdag mo siya to your yoga. So that's really good. That's progression. Yeah. Go Ate Carl.
Si Kuya Christian sabi, 1 to 3 times a week kaya. O yun. Ay, may question tayo. So, parang nasagot na to. Can women do male-oriented fitness program?
Can women do male-oriented? What do you mean by male-oriented fitness program? Kasi wala kasing ganon. How do I say it? Women can do any workout. I'm not sure what you mean by male-oriented fitness program, but again, it depends on your goal. So if you're looking to lose weight, then you need to do high-intensity workouts. So more cardio. So that would be cycling, boxing, HIIT, swimming, for example. But if you're looking to build muscle, then that's when you start lifting weights and doing more high resistance workouts. Pero parang wala naman talagang male-oriented fitness program because whatever, parang the goals you have for yourself are regardless of gender.
Oh.
Women can do anything. Wow.
Yeah.
What are the fitness programs that we can do alone and those that need physical supervision? I would say that this depends on your fitness level. So for example, whenever you're starting out something new, I would highly recommend that hindi naman necessarily physical supervision, but ideally you're following something that's also being done with you. And so it's not just parang, kasi may mga program na linilista lang eh, like parang do 5 crunches, and then 4 sets of ganto, and then 5 sets of ganyan, tapos nakalista lang siya, and then you're expected to do it. But if you're just beginning a program, there really are so many options of instructors who are doing the workout. That's what I would recommend because it is so important that you get the right form. Those that need physical supervision, personally, and this is coming from personal experience, anything that involves heavy weights for me needs physical supervision. So during the pandemic, for a while, I think 3 months, I worked with a personal trainer. And that was because I was doing heavy lifting. So I had bought kettlebells and heavier weights and all these things because I was looking to build muscle during that time. And nagzo-Zoom lang kami or Facebook Messenger, whatever had the better connection. And ganun siya. So naka-Zoom ako, tapos parang minsan nga sabihin niya sa akin, "Oh, move mo naman yung camera mo para makita ko yung full body kasi minsan daladaya ako, diba?" So it's really like that. Like it depends, but if it's something that involves you lifting something else also, if you can get and work with a personal trainer, then I would highly encourage you to do so. Also yoga, parang what's good is that there are live classes where the instructor is present para at least pinakorrect ka niya sa form mo. So you can follow a yoga video on YouTube, but you can also join a live yoga class if you're more comfortable, if you're unsure. And then at least that way, the instructor can sort of monitor everyone in class and correct your form if needed. Yun. Interesting question.
Next question. What tips can you give when we don't feel exercising? Parang sa akin to. Anong advice
ako ba
sa
I have these days a lot. I'm not gonna lie. This happens to me more often than not. So parang my one tip, something that really helped me, and this is because ganito akong klaseng tao ha. Have a workout buddy, even if it's just for 2 weeks or 1 month. If you can find somebody who's gonna be like, okay, basta yung agreement natin, ganitong oras tayo every day, gagawin natin. 7 a.m. or 7 p.m., whatever. Kahit 30 minutes lang. And sometimes you're not even doing the same workout. So that same group I told you guys about earlier, it came to the point na tapos na yung program, pero nagme-messenger pa rin kami at 6 p.m., 6 p.m. every day. Pero iba-iba na kami ng ginagawa. Ako nag-ride, tapos si Kat nagbo-boxing, tapos si Kalals nag-weights. Alam mo yun, iba-iba kami na ginagawa. But the point is, we're all working out together. So, have someone hold you accountable so you don't chicken out, diba? Or, but when you're by yourself and it's really difficult and you don't have a workout buddy, parang something I just try to think to myself is, you know what, I just need 10 minutes. That's how I condition myself. Just 10 minutes. And then minsan, pag tapos yung 10 minutes, sabihin ko sa sarili ko, kaya ko palang one more round. Parang ganun. Kasi andun ka na eh. Tuloy-tuloy ka na eh, you know? So, you just need to do something, anything. There was a quote in our office gym before. Sobrang cliche niya, but I love it. The quote was like, the only bad workout is the workout you didn't do. Oh, di ba?
Oh, man!
Nasa gym yun. So kitang-kita mo. Meaning, there are no bad workouts, basically. Even if you just made any kind of effort, especially on days when you don't feel like it, you need to reward yourself for that. You need to acknowledge the effort you put in to actually do something. Even if it's just to go up and down the stairs 5 times, that's something, diba? That's better than just sitting around thinking, my gosh, kailangan ko ng 1 hour, hindi ko to kaya. So, yun. We also have a question from DJ.
Yes.
Anong specific bike na need for indoor cycling? There are bikes being sold in Chris Sports called the Trax bikes, but there are also bikes being sold in indoor cycling studios. And it's a bit different because we tend to do long sprints and a lot of choreography because some of the riders are really advanced. So we do a lot of choreo, we do a lot of sprints. So the bikes have to be more stable. But if you're looking for a beginner indoor cycling bike, if you just want to get your legs moving, there's a brand called Trax, and it's sold in Chris Sports. Yeah, thank you, BJ. Sabi ni Kuya Christian, 1 to 3 times a week. Kaya. Yan. Kaya. Kaya.
Yan. Okay, what is your advice to people who start and stop exercising? Parang mga tanong ko to.
Meaning, ano ba to? Like yung on and off, parang ganon? Ganon, no?
Oo. Kasi, like for me kasi, di ba nag-start na ako mag-exercise. Nag-stop ako nung nagkasakit ako. O, di ba? Ang gandang excuse. Kanina tinidiscuss mo yan, di ba?
Legit yan legit. Oo.
Oo, na parang ilang weeks yata akong may cough. Wala po akong COVID. Talaga lang bumagsak
Disclaimer
yung
lang.
system ko. Yun. Tapos nag-stop ako doon kasi nga parang yun nga. So, basta what is your advice pag ganyan?
If you're kung
nag-plateau ka na, nag-plateau.
Okay, so kung ganun, actually, if you start and stop exercising, like kunyari on and off, the fact that you keep trying is a good thing, I would say. Maybe it's just about finding something that you really enjoy. Kasi working out should not be a chore at all. It's supposed to be me time siya eh. Alam mo yun, you spend your day thinking about so many other things, thinking about your work, thinking about your boss, thinking about your family, your friends, your responsibilities. Your workout should really be your time for yourself. So you have to be able to look forward to it. It has to be something that excites you, na parang, oh, gusto ko to kasi ito yung time ko na sa akin lang. You know, this is no one can disturb me during this time. It's just me and whatever I'm doing. So maybe really keep looking for that one thing, that one workout, or the set of workouts that you resonate with. And also, it depends on the exact situation. Kasi my question would be, why do you start and stop exercising? Parang what are the things that are preventing you from being consistent? Is it your environment? Is it your schedule? Is it your work? Is it time? So maybe ask yourself, bakit nga ba? Bakit ka nagsa-start and stop? And then that's when you can maybe sort of diagnose the problem, and I would love to help get to a solution. Pero yun yung una kong tanong eh, kasi parang bakit nga ba? Because different people have different reasons.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about what you're doing. Maybe it's about finding the schedule that works for you. Yun. Or finding people who will do it with you. Maybe all this time akala mo pang solo workout ka, pero actually mas
Pang
effective
group
pala.
workout ka pala.
Oo, pang group workout ka pala, 'di ba? Hindi mo pa na-try.
Kailangan mo pala ng kasama.
Oo. Parang hit ka ng hit, yun pala yoga yung thing mo. So it's really it really depends on the why. Why you start to stop exercising. Yun.
Oh my gosh. Sakto talaga tong na to eh. Topic na to sa may phone-in question pa ba tayo? Ayan.
Yun na ata. I think sa chat box, that was the last question also from DJ.
Sa chat box nag-aaya na sila Ate Cathy.
Buto naman. Okay yan.
Why not? Diba? Magyayaan kayo. Magsama-sama tayo mag-cycling.
And yes, by the way, so I think next week it's a yoga instructor who's the guest.
Yes,
so
that's why I'm excited also.
Hopefully
kasi,
that encourages people also to try something new.
Yes. Kasi pag sa yoga din kasi nakaka-relax din siya eh.
Correct. Oo.
You're one with your body and everything.
Very zen.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm excited. Do you have any questions pa? Please type in kung ano pa yung naiisip nyo on about electric studio, yun, kung ano pa yung mga questions ninyo and about exercising. Yun. Ano pa bang questions? Parang meron pa akong tanong eh. Iniisip ko pa yung tanong ko.
or baka natanong na din. Actually, I really love the questions. I loved answering them. I love talking about this because it's so close to my heart. And it's really something that you should be able to do for yourself. So yun, parang and I highly encourage you guys to just keep trying to look for that one thing that resonates with you. If you want to try electric studio, let me know.
Yes, please invite them to your class.
Oh, yeah, masaya. Like, and if indoor cycling is not your thing, there are other workouts in electric, shadow boxing, hit. Just let me know. Just drop me a message, and I can find a way for you guys. So message me lang. Si Ate Mitch. Mitch
Ate
has
Mitch.
left the chat. Mitch has left the chat because she is now signing up to Electric Studio. Yay!
Go, Ate
Ganon.
Mitch!
Oh, I support Ate Mitch. Thank you. See you there.
Nakakatawa, Ate Mitch. Tara, enroll tayo. Ayan, sabi ni Ate Cathy, balita ko yung class ni Jam pamatay. Haha, pwede bang Backstreet Boys yung music pag class namin?
I had a boy band themed ride. So, may Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Westlife,
Oh
One
my
Direction.
gosh.
So
Ate
for
Cathy,
sure,
buo tayo ng group, dali.
request lang kayo ng songs and I play
Yeah.
anything. Sorry, not everything. I don't play heavy metal. Di ko talaga feel. But like any other kind of song, I play. Nag-ride na nga kami to my last themed ride was 2000s punk rock. So, naalala niyo pa ba si Evanescence? Wow. Yeah.
Diba?
Sinama ko siya. Sinama ko
Bring
siya
Me
sa
to
playlist
Life.
ko.
Mga
Bring Me to
ganyan.
Life. Exactly that song. Ano ba yung mga tinugtog? Sum 41, Fall Out Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yun. Yeah. We ride to that. Fun lang talaga siya. It's really, I think that's why people are so into it, are so into indoor cycling. Just because it's fun. It's the music, it's the vibe. Alam mo yun, just seeing everybody riding with you. Kuya Christian, you can. So Kuya Christian is saying, gusto ko din sumama, pero paano? We have riders from Singapore and from London and from Australia. So, and we do have a rider from Canada. So she has an indoor cycling bike and then she joins our classes online. So yun, international tayo. So
Worship workout class, let's go!
Oo. Kahit naka-lockdown pwede. Kasi you just have to join the Zoom class. So, kahit nasan ka sa mundo, yung time zone nga lang yung kailangan bantayan.
Yes, oo nga. Gusto ko sumama.
Worship workout class, let's go.
To, ate.
Ayan, oo.
Ate Mitch, add to cart na the bike.
My job here is done. Wow.
You have convinced.
Wow, may na-convert.
This tita does Zumba only.
Oh yan! Mahirap yung
Center,
Zumba.
ate.
So mahirap yung Zumba ha, by the way, because we had that for an office team building exercise. Parang our director invited this Zumba instructor. Oh my God, like sobrang nahirapan talaga ako. Like kailangan ako mag-video off kasi para sa akin, ba't nakahirap? Hindi ba ako ganun ka-coordinated? So Zumba is hard. Like it's hard. Sabi ni Karina, running pero naka-bike. Parang ganun na nga. Like with music in the background.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Poy, mukhang masarap kapag Ben and Ben. I did use Ben and Ben for a ride. Mash up siya with a Gary V song. Di bala na lang kaya. And yeah, so I've used Tala in a class. Sobrang cute. Tala by Sarah Geronimo. Yeah. It's possible. It's possible, everyone.
Yes. You must i-request nyo lang kay Jam kung ano yung gusto nyo playlist.
Up, Dharma down. Natugtog ko na in class. Masaya lang. Yung dream ko talaga is mag-Gary V themed ride ako. Tapos papasok siya sa door. Wow.
Wow.
Shout out ko na to sa universe in case it happens. Pag hindi na pandemic. Pag back to the studios na tayo. Because I have enough Gary V songs para makakompleto ng ride. So maybe one day, papasok siya bigla habang nag-stretch. Oh my gosh.
Surprise.
Sobrang saya. Surprise na lang.
Sabi ni Ate Cathy, pwede rin Moira playlist. Ate naman.
Nako.
Baka mag-iyakan. Mag-iyakan kasi pagod na.
Oo eh.
Paubaya.
Emotional exercise pala, hindi pala physical. Pag si Moira. Hindi ko kaya. Permission to Dance by BTS. Yeah, I haven't played that. I should. This Saturday, I have another class this Saturday. So thank you for the suggestion, Karina. Gagamitin ko yan.
Yes.
How's yung
Basta
matatag
ano
mo?
ha, yung mga nandito sa stream na to, bumuo na tayo ng group. Why not, diba?
Makita kayo
Yes lang yung
ah.
jam, tapos doon tayo lahat, diba?
Lahat naka-video on ha.
Diba?
No pressure naman.
No pressure. Okay lang yan. Take your time. Kung gusto niyo pong mag-buy na or pwede ba 'yon? Magre-rent or
Yes.
to buy?
So the bike rental is for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks na.
Yeah, 2 weeks at a time, you can do that. Pwede rin yung pay by installment. So rent to own. So you pay for a bike every month, and if you rent it every month, pero if you pay for 12 consecutive months, sa'yo na yung bike. Forever.
Oh. Okay.
Sabi ni Kuya Jill, mga viewers natin ngayon, nag-browse na online ng mga stationary bikes. Trax is TRAXX in Chris Sports. But really, you can just go to the Electric Studio site and
Type yung spelling.
may shop doon where you can see the bikes available for rent or for sale. So, yung parang rent to own, refer me to that jam, yung parang rent to own. Yes, I will drop the link. Send ko sa inyo.
Yun. Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm so happy.
Sana inspired kayo gumalaw tomorrow. Get it done. Get it done. Yun yung natin.
Yeah.
10 minutes lang. Kahit 10 minutes lang.
Ayan, last question tayo, Jam. Kasi ito tinatanong namin ito sa lahat ng aming mga guests every Thankful Thursday. So, what are you thankful for naman?
I'm really thankful I got, this is the first time I've done something like this. Usually kasi when I talk about working out, it's to my riders. So parang, but it's the first time that, and thank you to Ate Kathy for inviting me. I'm thankful to be able to talk to you guys. It's really refreshing. And I'm so happy that this community is going strong. It has such a positive energy, sobrang welcoming ng mga tao, and then sobrang saya lang. And just, I'm outside of that, I'm thankful that I have an opportunity to be able to talk to you about working out because it's something I enjoy. And I hope eventually, if you don't already, that you guys will find something to enjoy as well in working out.
Yay.
Yan. That's it.
Yay! Thank you so much, Jam, for gracing us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ate Carl.
And yun, please don't forget again, we'll invite you to the Nirvana Fitness Fellowship activity. So please click the Google form para po makapag-sign up kayo dyan sa ating activity. So, tas next week, we'll have a yoga instructor for our next episode for this Thankful Thursday entitled Made Whole. So we will expect you next week and for this class. So please register. Yeah, please register and invite your friends to join this Nirvana workshop, fellowship workshop. So yun. So with that, thank you so much for joining us. So
thank you
again,
Kuya JL, Kuya Christian, Ate Kathy, Karina, Marielle, BJ. Thank you, singles.
And see you next Thursday here in the place where dreams come true. Pag-Ibig singles. Good night.